Good afternoon, grinders. This is your MLB SimLabs analysis for Tuesday, July 29th. I'm Jordan Cooper, aka BlenderHD. You want to follow me on Twitter? Hit that thumbs up button on your way in the door. It's very much appreciated. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here and hit the notification bell to always know when we go live. We got Grinders Live later today, 5 p.m. Eastern, followed by Crunch Time, which, obviously you want to hit the latest news and analysis right before the slate, but the weather should be pretty good. I don't think there's anything on the forecast we need to really worry about. I don't think as of right now, we got a 12-game slate. Weather's looking quite clear, but obviously tune in. Say hi to Roth. Maybe there'll be something later in the day that could be yellow. Maybe, but we got all clear green sailings for us tonight on this 12-game slate. Looking at SimLabs at pitcher. We got basically 7 pitcher. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitchers. But 8, I would say 8 viable pitchers. I mean, obviously everyone's viable, but there's a kind of a clear group at the top, and there's not that big of a differentiator between many of them. Top projected pitcher on the slate as of now is Tyler Glasnow, 9,200, close to 20 fantasy points as a mean projection. Probably will be the highest owned pitcher, 32% projected owned, but we have his optimal rate at 39%. So it's quite possible that although he is going to be the highest owned pitcher, he may not be owned enough. Then after that, we got a whole bunch of pitchers that are probably be somewhere between 10 and 25% owned. Let's run them down. We got Max Fried at 10K. We got Jesus Luzardo at 9,500. Sean Manaea, 9,000. Then we got Kikuchi at 8K. Giolito at 7,800. And Michael Soroka at 7,600. All of these pitchers are projected somewhere between 15.5 and 17.5 fantasy points. The highest optimal rate out of this bunch. I mean, it's basically Glasnow up top, and then there's like a little there's Soroka at 23%, Luzardo at 20%, Manaea at 18%, Fried at 15%, Giolito at 15%, Kikuchi at 12%. Then also we got like Sonny Gray, 9,700. He's about 10%. Then once you get past this group of pitcher, then everything goes down to low single digits as far as optimal percentage. It looks like Justin Verlander at 7,200, maybe a little bit. I mean, not popular, but I mean he may come in at 10, 12% owned. We have him as over owned. We can see here on the optimal versus projected ownership that we currently have guys like Kikuchi, Verlander, Sonny Gray as over-owned. I mean, obviously we have like Giolito and Fried here, like they're right on the cusp. I mean, 1-2 percentage points difference between optimal and projected owned is not that's not over-owned. I mean, by you change a batter in your lineup to like from a 8% owned batter to a 4% owned batter, and it makes up for that. So it's not a big deal. 1%, 2% at pitcher, but we have Glasnow as underowned as of now. Manaea is underowned. Soroka is underowned. Luzardo just sitting there about properly owned. So I mean, even though like our projections here at RotoGrinders would have you be playing a combination of a Glasnow Soroka, 9,200, 7,600, and it still would be underowned. So I'm assuming SimLabs is going to throw up a lot of that. And you may want to save a pitcher a little bit instead of, paying up for Max Fried plus Glasnow and spending like 19.2K, because a lot of the stacks you want to play today are probably going to be quite costly. Well, I mean, there are pieces in the lineups that are cheaper, but for the most part, we're playing like more expensive stacks today. Looking at the implied team totals. So in our top stacks tool, we have the top stack optimal is the Dodgers, 21%, which is pretty hefty for a 12-game slate. And actually, it's weird to say the Dodgers are cheap today. I mean, obviously, Ohtani isn't. We take a look at this Dodgers lineup. Basic, ballpark upgrade in Cincinnati. It's going to be hot and humid in that ballpark, 90 plus degrees. I mean, I'm about an hour and a half away from there. And yes, hot and humid here. But, Otani's 6,500, but everyone else is, I mean, Mookie Betts is 4,200. Will Smith is 4,500. Freeman is 4,400. Hernandez is 4,300. Right? Bottom of the order, cost almost nothing. Like, you can play the Dodgers today. The Dodgers, we're used to seeing the Dodgers being, not the highest value stack, but they're one of the highest. They're essentially the highest value stack. I mean, the White Sox, but the White Sox are everyone's like a penny in their lineup. They're always going to be the cheap stack, but Dodgers today. Then we have the Phillies, 13% optimal rate, but they're pretty expensive. We take a look at this Phillies lineup, and Turner's 5,700, Schwarber 62, Harper 54, right? And of course, the bottom, you get some, Real Muto, Marsh, Kemp here, Kepler, Stott. Although you have to worry about the platoon splits on these lefties. The Phillies have the highest implied team total, one of the highest implied team totals on the slate at 5.12. But the Dodgers are 4.94, and we also have Seattle Athletics. The Mariners Athletics game. That's the highest total game on the slate. But these teams are not cheap. Nick Kurtz is at 5,600. Brent Rooker 5,100 to fit in some athletic stacks. And the Mariners aren't cheap either, with Julio and Cal Raleigh and Arozarena. Josh Naylor is almost 5K. So in order to play like these types of teams, you're going to have to pay down somewhat at pitcher. You're going to have to play something like a Giolito, Kikuchi, Soroka, type of lineup. You're not going to be able to pay like 9K for some of these pitchers. So that I'm assuming that's the reason why some of these more expensive stacks are not hitting highest optimals. As we can see here, the Athletics 4% chance of being optimal. Seattle 2% chance of being optimal, right? Compared to a team like the Angels. We have the Angels 4.71 implied team total against Patrick Corbin. And, Corbin could walk 6 guys and then give up 10 hits. Then we also have Boston, 4.5 implied team total, 7% optimal rate. The cheapo stack would be the Nationals today, but the Nationals don't even have a 4-point implied team total. We have the Nationals at about a 7% chance of being optimal, and they're free essentially. Let's take a look at the Nationals. Yeah. Outside of the Abrams and Wood, they're not really not that free. Abrams, Wood, Luis Garcia, Josh Bell, Nathaniel Lowe, this little middle part, much cheaper. But still, when you pay 5K for 2 batters, this deck isn't all that cheap, and it's not the greatest of matchups anyway. But we may get a bunch of that in SimLabs. Let's run 150 lineups in SimLabs. I've been playing small field contests, 1 to 3 lineups. I'm going to put in see 5-man stacks. I'm just running 150, even if I'm only playing 1 to 3 lineups. I'm using SimLabs as a research tool. Who appears in more lineups? What types of lineups look like this? What type of lineups look like this? And I can use that on my phone as well. That's what I do. But 15 minutes, 20 minutes before lock, tune into crunch time. Make sure, there's no weather problems. And then build on my phone. So let's see. Let's take a look at exposures here. Pitching wise, we're getting look. Ton of Glasnow, ton of Soroka, ton of Minaya at 9K. Right? He's not bad. Outside of Glasnow, I think every pitcher that I mentioned before, play whoever you want at that point. I know that's my thing. Play whoever you want. Pretty much this is what it's kind of saying. Right? Minaya, Giolito, Luzardo, Fried, Gray, Kikuchi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Those are the pitchers to play today. Sonny Gray is like the lowest out of it. But Glasnow, Soroka, Luzardo, Minaya would be like the order which I would prioritize, and that's kind of what SimLabs is doing. Let's take a look at teams. Yeah, a lot of Phillies. Obviously, the Dodgers are going to be up there. But we're also getting, I mentioned the Angels, but also the Royals and the Braves. Let's take a look at the Royals and the Braves. The Royals don't have, the Royals have almost a 5-point implied team total, 4.92. And the Braves, it's the same. Obviously the same game, 4.58. Let's take a look at those starting lineups. Braves, Royals. Yeah, because, the Royals are pretty cheap. Outside of Bobby Witt, pretty affordable. I'm never a big fan of, paying over $4K for Michael Garcia, but you can, right? The bottom of the order is kind of dubious. Although MJ Melendez at 2K ain't like horrible against Fetty. But, you have to worry about the platoon split there. But everyone else is pretty cheap. And the Braves, obviously Acuna and Olsen will run you a lot. But yeah, you can mix in some of these people. Michael Harris, Austin Riley. The Braves aren't that bad. No, the Braves stack isn't all that bad on this slate. So take a look at some of these lineups. Phillies, Royals, Angels, Braves, Dodgers. So what do these Dodgers lineups look like? So if we wanted to play the Dodgers, this is the type of stuff that I would do in SimLabs. Okay, I want to play a Dodgers lineup. So I could go into this team stack filters, right? Player filters, team stack filters. If I could get it down here, I could lock in the Dodgers, right? I could lock in like Glasnow and go, okay, what do these lineups look like? So I'm just gonna put up 20 lineups. I want a Dodgers lineups with Glasnow, which is going to be kind of chalky. But what does the rest of the lineup look like? You could even force people into stacks. So I'm like locking in team stack, and I want to guarantee myself to play Ohtani, right? So I could even lock in Ohtani here as well, right? Glasnow, Ohtani, and the Dodgers stack. So all my stacks will have Shohei Ohtani in it. And let's see what these lineups look like. And it takes almost no time. And the SimLabs gets updated numerous times throughout the day. Oh, no lineups found. I can't play that? No lineups found. Is that not a proper combination? Let's see. Let's just take a look at Dodgers stacks. Is the Dodgers plus Glasnow just too highly owned? Or did we just get a SimLabs update and this thing is kind of like messing around? Because I see a projection update while I'm recording this. So it could be that SimLabs is being updated. Right, no, here we go. Here's Minaya, Soroka. Okay, maybe that's the thing. It doesn't necessarily like Soroka, Minaya. Are we getting any Glasnow with these? Are we getting any of it? And then it starts dropping here. No, I guess that's the key. As of right now in SimLabs, playing Glasnow with the Dodgers is maybe too high owned for even for small field. That's why we're showing that many lineups. All right, this first one here is Minaya, Soroka with Ohtani plus some cheap Dodgers like Rojas. They're also playing like Rengifo, Olsen, Harris. This seems a bit contrarian. This is what SimLabs says as of now. Here's a non-Ohtani lineup here. Right, but here's more. Here's one. Right, Minaya, Soroka. Get a lot of Braves. Really, Braves one-offs. Angels one-offs, I guess, in here. Right, you get here something like this, with Corbin. Are you going to play Patrick Corbin on today's slate? I'm not. According to this lineup's okay. Luzardo, Giolito. I guess one of the takeaways right now, as of now in SimLabs, obviously recording in the afternoon, Glasnow plus Dodgers stack, not optimal. Interesting. But let's say we wanted to play the Phillies. So it's like I'm going to take out the Dodgers. I'm going to put in the Phillies. Let's see what these lineups look like. Can we play Glasnow with the Phillies? I'm assuming we can. I'm taking a look at some of this ownership, and I could tell. Well, here's Glasnow in a lineup with Bailey Falter. You want to take a shot at 0.45% owned Bailey Falter at 6,400. Well, I mean, you're going to have to spend down somewhere in order to play the Phillies. I would take here Giolito Soroka, Glasnow, Giolito. Right, these lineups look okay. Right, you get the Philly stack. You get, you basically punt at second base with Lennon Sosa, and you can play pretty much everyone. And you play making another punt with Estuary Ruiz for 2,500. There's a lot of these like really cheap guys that really don't have that great a projection, like Jacob Milton, Glasnow, Minaya. Like I don't mind this lineup with the Phillies. Playing kind of the bottom of the order though. You got Brandon Martian there. This one with Wyatt Langford as a one-off. Trey Turner, Carl Schwarber, Bryce Harper. Then you kind of punting with Cuero at 2,400 and Brooks Lee at 2,700. Kevin Newman in this lineup. Wow. I mean, a lot of these have a little punts in them. But SimLabs gives the A-OK approval for just jamming in the Phillies and just punting at all the other spots that you don't really need. But yeah, but that's kind of what SimLabs says. The Yankees aren't even up here, right? The Yankees were in our run. This is as of now. No, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, I record these videos as is, as you know. I'm looking at it the same time that I'm recording this. But it seems like the pitching combinations are, I mean, they're kind of all over the place. Although a little bit, it seems like we get Glasnow, obviously a bunch, but don't play with the Dodgers. And then it's a lot of Soroka, a lot of Giolito, and Minaya. And I don't see that. We didn't see that much Freed. Didn't see that much Luzardo. Didn't see that much Gray. Of course, these are the pitchers that, I mean, SimLab says is over to they're the over-owned ones, and the other ones are the under-owned ones by some amount, as of now, for the projected ownership. Then from a stack perspective, Dodgers. We have Dodgers, we got Phillies, we got Angels, the Royals, I guess, somewhat, the Braves. The ones that aren't really showing up in SimLabs are the Nationals, even though they're supposedly cheap. We weren't getting much of them, and I didn't see any Mets. Is anyone going to play the Mets today? What's going on with the Mets today? In San Diego? I mean, it's not that great a spot. But maybe the over-owned stacks are probably going to be the Athletics. I guess a little bit down here. Yeah, I mean, Milwaukee, San Francisco, Minnesota. It says here the Royals maybe a little bit over-owned. The leverage would be like a team like the Angels. So we didn't see that much Boston in SimLabs either. But I wouldn't mind playing the Angels today. If I had three lineups today, based according to SimLabs as of now, I'd probably play a Dodgers lineup, a Phillies lineup, and an Angels lineup. And obviously in the Dodgers lineup, don't play Glasnow. As of now. I mean, maybe once we get the confirmed lineups and the projections get a little bit adjusted, ownership gets a little bit adjusted. Maybe SimLabs will start spitting out some decent Dodgers plus Glasnow lineups. But as of now, I mean, look, I mean, I locked up that stuff in, and it basically told me that there's no lineups available. There has to be a reason for that. There has to be a reason. SimLabs knows all. It knows all. I give in to my AI overlords here at RotoGrinders. You get SimLabs as part of a Combo Light or Combo Pro subscription. Combo Light is our cheapest package, which I still think is too cheap because you get full access to SimLabs for MLB, as well as NFL, as well as NBA and PGA. And you get all of our research databases like Plate IQ, Court IQ, Gridiron IQ, and all of our tools, articles, rankings, our premium podcasts, all that type of stuff, which includes Cheese's million musings that you can read every weekday for MLB. We'll have some preseason stuff for NFL. That NFL will be back soon, right? So you have preseason coverage. I think we'll have SimLabs for the like the Hall of Fame game, for the showdown slates and stuff. You can use SimLabs for that as well. So join us here. Click on the link in the description or go to rotogrinders.com/premium. But you know what's free? Hitting that like button. So give me that subscribe also. Or hit the notification bell. Hit all the buttons on your screen. See if I care. That's what I like to see. And tune in later today to Grinders Live at 5 p.m. Eastern, followed at about 6:15, 6:20 p.m. Eastern by crunch time. Shouldn't have any issue with weather today. We shouldn't. According to the weather report, we should be fine, but you never know. You never know. So let Roth tell you that. And I'll be back later this week for another MLB SimLabs analysis here on RotoGrinders.com.